Hi, everybody. So, Richard and I are here together, and we're here to answer some big questions for you today. How are
Mhm.
you, Richard?
Oh, thank you so much, my sister Honey Bunny. I am doing great. I saw an old friend yesterday, and it was so much fun to catch up. And I think it's very beautiful in these days, time, now moments. Like often there might have been friends in the past and we haven't seen them for a while because life is busy. But right now, as everything is accelerated, those who are meant to be like a real soul, friend, family, they could have been in traffic, but then you get back together and it's as if I saw her the day before. We spent 12 hours together and it went like that. So I'm really happy. Yay.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yeah, we all deserve to be doing that more
Yes.
and more, you know, finding those souls that we can really connect with. And I think that's actually a perfect lead up to what we're going to talk about today. Because when you're interacting with someone who has a soul within them,
Mm.
then you're actually having a back and forth interaction. And we're going to talk about the NPCs today. And one of the things that I want to bring up before we get too deep into it is we are in the body of Source right now. So that body is made of plasma. And we use plasma to create everything. So I'm just going to share this little chart that I made. So everything is created with sound, and that sound can also be the sound in your head, the sound that you're saying in your head. And then it's turned into a light code, which creates whatever it is you're creating. It could be your house, it could be your car, it could be a person that is ringing up your groceries. You are creating your experience. And it goes like this, and we use plasma to create it with. So we're in a matrix, and I know that Richard had some things to say about the matrix. So I'd love to hear that.
Well, yes, of course, my sister that I love. And it's a very basic, I took a note here because it's almost poetic. So if the world is rendered, then the desk in front of me is rendered. My hand is rendered. And touch is an agreement inside of the program. The program meaning the matrix, the simulation. The experience is real within a dream, even if the dream is not the ultimate layer of said reality.
Mhm. Exactly. So if you look at Richard's window behind him
Mhm.
and you think about that was the simulation. You know, it had lots of green in it. It had lots of beauty. It had a kitty cat that wanted to walk in front of it. It has stained glass. But what if somebody hung a curtain in front of that window? That would be the false matrix that we're letting go of right now, or the distortion. And the part of the distortion is that we need beings in front of us to interact. And you can look at the holodeck on Star Trek and kind of see what we're talking about if you need a show for that. But we're going to show you some clips right now. And we're going to get into explanation. And then we're going to do some questions because we had some questions that Richard gathered. So let's go ahead and we're going to get into these videos here.
Enjoy the movie, Femi.
Yes. And then we're going to share the sound, which I usually forget. Here we go. Okay, so this is the Matrix movie, and I want you to watch what he does. Oh,
He is the one.
okay. So
Mhm.
there's a lot in there. So
I love that.
you first.
Pardon me?
What stood out to you first?
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Well, first of all, I think this is what he had shared with me, honey, that this is actually a deleted scene, right, from the movie. Is
I
it
think
in the...
that one is intact. It's the architect one that
Oh,
we'll show next, I think, that was
that's
deleted.
deleted.
But I don't
Okay.
remember him jumping into that guy and like creating
It
life.
it felt weird, that segment. I
Yeah,
do remember the bullets. And then, like, Neo, right, the one, God particle, realizes, oh, look, something of fear, of adrenaline is coming to take me out. And then, hold on now, stop. Huh. Eeny weeny little shrivel, short drop. And then all the bullets fall. It's all an illusion.
totally.
And then he runs with that part that we don't, because it felt weird, the green pieces of the face exploding when he jumps in the body. But, this is it. He jumps within it and no more. This is I think this is the great awakening, what we're all going through. That little piece, that segment is like waking up from a dream, realizing, vivid dreaming. Oh, I'm dreaming, but I can control my dream. There is like threats coming to me, but I'm aware of the dream, so stop. In the name of love. What do you feel?
I mean, all of that stuff, absolutely.
Mhm.
One thing is that who was Mr. Smith or Agent Smith?
Oh,
He
yes.
was an NPC. So he was there in a supporting role to antagonize Neo, and he saw through it because he could see that they were made with numbers. So they were basically not even real. And you have to remember that we're consciousness and we
Mhm.
have a body. It's not there's a body and it gets some consciousness. It's consciousness is first.
Mhm.
So if there's no consciousness present, if it's just the body and the computer program running, then it's an NPC.
And that's what the numbers would be, like you say, it's coding.
Yeah.
It's a code, and a code is within a game.
Hmm.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. So that's important. Let's see what we can find next in these little videos because um So this is the architect one.
I
And I
love
think,
that one.
yeah, this one's really important.
Hmm.
So sound is on. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
The Oracle, please. As I was saying, she stumbled upon a solution whereby nearly 99% of all test subjects accepted the program as long as they were given a choice, even if they were only aware of the choice at a near unconscious level. While this answer functioned, it was obviously fundamentally flawed, thus creating the otherwise contradictory systemic anomaly that, if left unchecked, might threaten the system itself. Ergo, those that refuse the program, while a minority, if unchecked, would constitute an escalating probability of disaster.
This is about Zion.
You are here because Zion is about to be destroyed. Its every living inhabitant terminated, its entire existence eradicated.
Bullshit.
Denial is the most predictable of all human responses. But rest assured, this will be the 6th time we have destroyed it, and we have become exceedingly efficient at it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So much disclosure in that scene. I can see why they took it out.
Where do we even begin with that scene?
Yeah, I think for one thing, the beings that created the distortion, that hung the
Mhm.
curtain, that created humanity to feel small and also mess with the DNA and on and on and on, they were architects. Okay. So they were architects because architects build the matrices. Okay. So that soul group does that. These architects no longer exist. They've gone back to pure energy. So those souls are no longer here or anywhere anymore. So I think that's important. And he would represent one of them.
So you mean like a shadow aspect of an architect? Is that what you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, but
The shadow side.
their oversoul was almost all shadow. So when it came time to heal, because all of us have been healing and the souls have been healing,
Hmm.
this would be the oversoul. So say maybe they only had this little top was
Right.
still clear and not traumatized because they had
Mm.
spent so much time creating chaos.
And they were
So
very intelligent, weren't they? Like if you look
very,
at that clip, very well thought, very well spoken, almost classy, but there's zero soul aspects. It
yeah,
wants control and it doesn't want that 0.1%, the threat to wake up within the dream, because that's their threat. They lose control. And six, it's going to be the 6th time. Wow, what is that? It's all about like all like the mud floods in the past that we could have gone through. Mm,
melted stuff. Yeah, the
uh,
flood.
no more.
No more.
It's
Yeah.
it's almost sexy the way that we are all waking up, like the all this like God source aspects that we all are, and we're waking up from the dream and say, no, 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 Matrix.
Yeah.
We're in control. Your biggest fear, the 1%, boy, that's all it takes to make you explode. Like when Neo jumped into, I was going to say Captain Kirk,
Mr.
into,
Smith.
yes, and he exploded.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. So, think about that, and you may be able to find more things in that clip
Hmm.
too that we didn't find. I'm going to go to the next one.
Hmm.
So, we have to remember that we're in a simulation, we're in a game, and it's a learning game, but it was taken over,
Hmm.
and those takeover beings are gone now. So we just have empty elites if they're here at all. And I would call them the deletes because they're being deleted.
After my
Or the
players
creepy crawlies.
Yeah.
blood soaked level and did that puzzle, they then got to this golden level. There's just piles of gold everywhere, and in that they also did a puzzle. And then they finally got to the room that I'm maybe the most excited about, this library maze.
One,
Oh my god.
2, 3.
Oh.
No! Yes, it's the room with Minecraft. No!
In the dungeon, yeah. Wait,
Let's find
the
it.
ender-
There's an ender portal at the
Are we gonna
bottom.
fight the dragon?
Oh,
Hell
ender portal.
yes.
Is the ender portal at the very
So these funny games, you could be in doing like Dungeons and Dragons or Minecraft, but they're representing what we're actually doing right now. We're in that library. We're getting the knowledge right now. And it's amazing. And we're also coming into the abundance pretty quickly, all those piles of gold. But knowing that we're in a simulation is a really important thing to wrap your head around when you think about NPCs. Because they're there to support you with what you're doing. And if you're not enjoying it, then say, okay, what is the lesson that I'm learning here? And let go. And there's a lot of people actually leaving now too. So they may appear to be an NPC before they go as well. What did you think about that game?
Well, I do think, and I love this video game because there's so many layers to it, as in within the simulation. And what happens within the simulation, organic as it is, my babies, is that there's within the simulation, there is different level that goes into like the conscience, subconscious, the superconscious, right? So it is like almost uh like a plaza with different levels on it. And the deeper that you go in, and then it reveals, right? And in the simulation, we can create absolutely everything. But this is where it happens. Sometimes we might find ourselves looping like the Two of Pentacles and the cards. Like you're not going anywhere. You're just like looping on one subject. It's a lot about surrendering, realizing that soul aspect is God particle source itself, and that we're all having different experiences within the dream cycle. Let's think the movie Avatar. So when the human goes into the tanning bed, falls asleep, and then becomes a glorious, beautiful blue Lyrian, you know, and all nature is fluorescent and pulsating and alive. This is pretty much what the simulation is. And yes, it feels real, but it's a hologram, is a reflection, and because we are in a simulation, it feels real. We gotta play. Before it was a matrix, it was like a simulation. I feel, I don't know about you, honey, but that's how I call the matrix. That's the hijack, like the video we watched with the
Yeah.
architect that says we're gonna get rid of Zion for the sixth time. Okay, this is what it is. We were sleeping. We did not know how strong we were. We were made to believe that we were chained and stupid and worthless. Look at everything that pushes us outside of ourselves: religion, governments, politics. Always look outside. The truth is, Zion is within, and that's the 1% that is all us, and that's all it is to like bang a wake up. And when we wake up, what happens with the simulation? Well, the simulation, I'm on the ride with you too, because right now I'm talking as Richard. This is not my dragon archetype side, but I know I'm funneling it, and I know it's a beautiful dream. And you know what? We might be in our tanning bed, sleeping pod, and we might have been there for I don't know, 2 hours, but it feels like lifetime after lifetime. It is, everything is like so condensed and linear time is so slow. Although it's acting up, we're fleeting time. That means we're waking up. So I'm sorry, I babbled. I do it all the time. I'm
Oh,
gonna,
that's great.
the end.
That's great. I love it.
Okay, okay.
So let's talk about Zion for a second. So a
Yes.
lot of people, and that's what we've been shown. Zion is quite negative, right?
Mhm.
Why did they name it that? Did they steal it from something that's positive? Because it looks like in that little clip that that's what they did. So let's look that up with your cards because I think that they stole that word and turned it into something nasty, just like they stole a lot of symbols and turned it into something nasty.
And I agree with you, my beautiful, gorgeous sister, right? They always do that. It's
Yeah.
all an inversion, whether it be like hand symbols, I love you back, to all of a sudden being like a devil worshiper. I mean, it's like all of it has been inverted.
Yeah.
So, Zion, why it was like removed also from the movie, there was so much, and I love that clip. I love that clip so much that you showed, but I get a big fat yes from my higher self. But right now, Femi, I'm going to tell you a little story. Are you ready for story time? I
Yes.
actually have a Charlie's Angels original trading cards deck. So it's complete. It's the full season. I don't have the stickers because they're on my fridge, but I activated them as an Oracle deck. Now see what's going. Haha, Farrah Fawcett flew out. So let me finish the story, and that's the message. I actually activated as an Oracle deck, and see that clip with the architect. They started talking about the Oracle at the very, very beginning. Now, the thing is within the simulation, yes, for me, we can all go out and buy a regular writer's deck. Beautiful. Read the instruction, how to do spreads. If you watch me, you know Richard doesn't like rules. So I never read a tarot book. I learned by watching Tarot by Janine, and that's how I got the download. And I do my own spreads. I have no rules. I don't read upside down. And because of that, I activated the Charlie's Angels deck. You will be my Oracle deck. Farrah Fawcett, you will represent heart because I'm in love with you, so emotions. Jacqueline Smith, you will be pentacles because you're very grounded and tangible. And Kate Jackson, well, you're the brain, so you will be the swords in tarot. Now, when I have more than one angel in a card, it becomes fire. So that includes Bosley and all that. So you can do anything within the simulation as an oracle and activate anything you want because truth be told, it's not an entity, it's not an outside angel, a demon. I am tapping to my higher self within the simulation. So I am Neo. I can actually activate Charlie's Angel cards. Now, was that beautiful? The card that came out, oh my gosh. So it's Farrah Fawcett. So we are talking about emotions right now. Escape by skateboard. Escape the Matrix by Skateboard, and it's a 22. That equals to the number 4. So, how beautiful is that? And isn't she gorgeous, by the way?
Yeah. Perfect.
Escape the Matrix.
Mhm.
People are leaving the simulation. NPCs, everything. Escape by skateboard. It's going to happen very, very fast. We are in it. We are awakening. Look, it's as if she's stretching, trying to come alive. Right? I had to put Dolly Parton in there. Yes, yes, yes. The end.
Oh, fun. Okay, so we have one more little video
Yes.
that we're going to show. And then,
What country the Panama Canal is in?
so these people, really listen to them. People are always asking, what's an NPC? How do I know if they're an NPC? And listen to this now.
The what?
The Panama Canal?
I don't even know what that is.
Guess a country. What does it sound like it's in?
Arkansas. Something like that.
Yes. How many days of the week end with the letter Y?
And is the progress up for you? Except for Thursday?
You know what 33 divided by 3 is?
No. I don't know.
Give me a guess, a number, a round one.
33 divided by 3?
Yeah.
I don't know. 5? No. I don't know.
Yes.
It's 5?
Yeah. Do you know what's the difference between Mexico and New Mexico?
No.
Are they the same thing?
Maybe, I don't know. I think.
Yes.
If you were born 5 years ago, how old would you be today?
Uh,
Okay, so that would be someone who is highly likely to be an NPC. So
or
that
even
can,
maybe a hologram, perhaps.
yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
so there's different kinds of NPCs. There's the one that just has the human being and could be upgraded again, or maybe he's getting ready to leave, you know. They only have the human part of themselves left. They don't have a big soul that's guiding them.
Mhm.
So that can be considered an NPC. And then they also have just a hologram. And yeah, some of those people were probably just a hologram. So it's just the consciousness. That guy is out there looking for people for his show that
Mhm.
can't answer one question. So he's
And
creating
simple
them.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, he's creating them for his show, for his
yeah,
views. I love
exactly.
that. That I think people can wrap their heads around because it's simple. That's a great because you know what, feminism, a lot of people, I see it all the time, on personal Zooms or in comments or emails I get, as with Honey as well. Like it's a hard thing to understand what are NPCs, what are holograms. Well, first, we're in a simulation. So once you get that down, and a simulation doesn't mean you're not real. We are real. We're just like in a sleeping experience, waking up. So I love that. That was a great explanation that he's creating for his show. So he's bringing in, almost like you were saying, right? Like sometimes your beautiful husband, John, like he's almost, oh, I don't want to go out in my car because there's going to be traffic, and he creates traffic. Whereas when you go out, oh, there won't be traffic. And it's like cricket, cricket, cricket. No traffic, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Because we
that.
create as a soul, you're creating, even as a person with just the human consciousness, because that will be the future. I mean, the human consciousness is going to grow, and they
Mhm.
won't need a big soul to be in the body with them, guiding them
Mhm.
pretty soon. They are a soul in themselves. They're just like a baby, though. They're young.
Yes. And I found on the floor a card that I did not know that was on the floor, but with this, it's again Farrah Fawcett. So we're talking about heart, emotions, and it says Jill solves another mystery. You just solved another mystery with this guy creating his channel with holograms or NPCs. He was in control. We've just solved a mystery. Yay.
Perfect. Perfect.
Mhm.
I love that. So you brought a whole bunch of questions from an
Yes.
amazing person, and let's answer some of those.
So beautiful. Yes, of course. So this is one of my dearest friends. She started off as a client, and then no, you're my friend now. So the end, and she is so fun. Her name is Carrie. I call her Carrie Booby because it's like Dr. Boo. It's like a love name, right? Carrie Booby. So I asked her, it's like, Carrie, if you were calling into a live radio show today with the topic of the radio hosts, which would be NPCs and walk-ins, walkouts, everything of that, what kind of question would you ask the hosts? And Carrie was so amazing, and she did this in 5 minutes.
That was a
Like, this
lot
is
of,
how rapid she
yeah,
is.
she's amazing. Yeah.
I got this down. So I'm going to ask you, honey, some of the questions because I love that these questions would come from someone I care about, yes, but someone that doesn't see it like I see it, or Honey sees it, or our niece Amelia sees it, and vice versa. To us, it's so clear that sometimes we don't even know like what to say. But coming this way, say, oh, perfect. So, are you ready, my honey bunny?
Ready.
All right, so questions for the collective via Carrie. All right, so NPCs. Honey, if we manifest our reality, how does that actually work? Well,
That
I think
would be, yeah, the
yeah,
plasma. Yeah. Our thoughts.
like
So
the
that,
image you showed at first. Look, first
yeah.
there is sound, light,
Yeah.
manifest.
So think about that guy that we just watched, right? So he's got a whole group of questions that he wants to ask the crowd today. The Panama Canal, where is it located? How old would you be if you were five
Board five.
years? Yeah. So he's got those thoughts in his head. The thoughts are the sound. So he's looking for people that will not be able to answer it and that will make people laugh and watch his video. So he's thinking about that. He's creating the light codes that in turn into the creation that are those people that he asked those questions. So yeah, that's how it works.
Beautifully said, and that was a beautiful like tie back to the beginning, the intro. So yay that.
That was great.
All right, my love. So here's a very good one, and I know because I can feel into the collective, the family, that this is one that is almost at the top of the questioning or the looping. If there are family members who are NPCs, I'll just like read a few things. What happens to them? Do they ever ascend and stop being an NPC? Do NPCs in our lives eventually just vanish kablooey? If they vanish, is there proof that they are gone? And if they vanish, do they come back as something else, like a plant, an animal, an orb, or they just like stop and existing and disappear? I know there was a lot there. I can break it up, but I thought it was good
No,
to read all in one.
I
Okay.
love that. So let's say that you have a family and there's 5 people in the family, and it appears that the husband in the family has become an NPC. Okay. So they repeat the same thing over and over, they do the same thing over and over, and they're still there. And you're wondering what's going on. So there's 5 people, though, in that family, and the husband is one of them. The 3 children, maybe the wife realizes, wow, I wonder if he's an NPC. And the 3 children are not thinking that. They're thinking, Dad. Dad's here. He'll go play ball with me. Dad's here. He'll make me breakfast. Dad's here. He's going to drive me to school. So these three are supporting him staying there. Okay. They're using their consciousness to keep him here. Right? Now, if they started to realize it and it wasn't working for them, maybe Dad became angry, right? Maybe Dad had a human consciousness. Maybe Dad got a walk-in and then became fully present again, and everybody was on board. But maybe he became a hologram. So if he becomes a hologram, then eventually the kids will figure it out too, because they wouldn't feel supported anymore. And then he would go. But he would go in the way that is comfortable for the family. So there is no one way that everything happens. It's up to you. Yeah.
So I love that. So when we say like the father would just go away, because this would be a question, I feel that the family would ask, like, what does that mean? Like he'll just vanish or get translucent and disappear, or is it that he will pass away of a way and
Yeah. Probably pass away because that's what
that's
humanity's
it?
comfortable with right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But 6 months from now, they might realize he's a hologram and let him just fade.
Yes. 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 And I love
So,
what you said also at the beginning, honey. Like it's a lot like when we talk about NPCs and how do I know about this? It's all about repetition, babies, okay? So it's not because all of a sudden there's a different side of opinion from a person or a one shot deal that they become NPCs or holograms. To analyze that, we have to slow down, take our time, and see for repetition. So we need to have some patience with that. Not everyone's an NPC. Not everyone's a hologram. There's a lot of people also who have trauma. So like naming everyone an NPC or a hologram is not always accurate. Some people with trauma from the past, however it looks, whether it's their own trauma or it's ancestral trauma, a lot of them are having burnouts and just a switch over. Why it's important to analyze is that NPC hologram, it's a repetition. So you see the looping that's repetitive. It's not always because someone is different all of a sudden. It could be a walk-in. And a walk-in is a very beautiful thing because we're not talking about possession. I know I'm going over, but I can't stop myself. Tell me to shut up
no,
if you
keep
want me to
going.
stop. Okay, because walk-ins, it's not possession, it's not a demon. However, I've like seen with my higher self in my meditation where I was shown is that very often, like within the simulation, we have this beautiful organic vessel. And sometimes it'll be that a soul aspect will carry or drive that car for a certain amount of time until says expirate or when the contract was over. Like when you lease a car, there's a date, and then another being comes for a specific time. So this is also a beautiful thing, like not everything is evil or demonic. So if we want to calculate hologram and NPCs, it has to be continuity. It's something that you keep seeing, like no gaze or like they loop It's not just because suddenly they're different, because that could have been a walk in. And if it's a walk in, it's not necessarily possession. I don't feel that there's room for much possession from demonics anymore. I mean, it could be going on, but I feel it's lesser and lesser. I don't feel it. This is a contract, a handshake. Thank you for carrying the vessel. Now I come for Gaia's golden rebirth. I am coming in. Thank you for caring for the body. Now I'm taking over. Walk in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that make sense?
It totally makes sense. So you could think about like bring out your dragon.
Yes.
So let's think about this dragon for a minute. So he's got a body, he's a very happy guy, right? But let's say he's ruminating over something negative
Mhm.
and he lets in a shadow temporarily and it creates like an explosion in his life, right? And then the shadow might go, or maybe they were having a shadowy life to begin with. And then they get a more healed version of a soul. We have to remember that we're consciousness first. So we're
Yes.
souls here first. And sometimes, especially now during ascension, different souls are walking in and walking out of people that are, maybe this whole ascension process is really hard on them. They didn't have a really big soul to begin with. So being kind, even to what you may think is an NPC, is
I love that.
important.
Yes.
Yeah, because even if they're an NPC, they're still a piece of consciousness because it's coming from either you or the collective, or if they're in your house, it's coming from your family. So that's a piece of everybody. Yeah. So important.
If there's something to take from this whole show, this is like my highlight. It's not a monster. Let's
Oh,
relax. Let's not hate or love.
yeah. And if you are in traffic, then you can just say NPCs go home because you're not in need of them.
That's right. Yes.
Don't do it like NPCs go home, like don't do it like that. Don't get all
E.T.
upset
home
about
phone.
it. Yeah. Because it's not worth it. You don't need to be upset about them. Just ask them to go. And that's the whole thing. They will be disappearing over 2026.
I'll be
And a
right
little
back.
bit,
Keep talking. I'll be right back, baby.
yeah, a little bit into the beginning of 2027, because I believe that the new year actually starts on April 1st. So they are getting ready to really disappear. And that means there won't be big crowds. But if you need somebody to check you out at the grocery store, we will still have that for a while. Eventually, it will just be soul to soul having a conversation. And those souls will be other beings, right? So don't feel like you're like having to support an NPC forever. We're not going to need them much longer. We're not going to need that interaction much longer. We're going to have other beings, elementals, ETs, and interdimensionals. And they're going to be the ones that we hang out with. How beautiful is it when you meet another awakened being and you have a conversation with them? I know when we get together at these like healing groups or these different, events and we're together in person, nobody wants it to end because we're so happy to be with each other. That's going to be that's going to be the new normal. It's not going to be this emptiness that we've been experiencing, but that doesn't mean get mad at them because you put them there.
Because you're getting mad at yourself too, and then you're getting stuck again with the Two of Pentacles. Sorry, I had to run to the bathroom. I've been
Go
drinking so
ahead.
much coffee all day. That's why I had to go. But I knew you had the floor.
Okay.
But that's what happens, right? And when we get mad at them, it's almost like, honey, for me, we get mad at ourselves, right? And that keeps us stuck in that looping Two of Pentacles, stuck in traffic. This is, I think, what the biggest thing is about the awakening is getting out of traffic and realizing that, like Neo, I catch the bullet and I have full control of this. You do spoon bending with Lisa.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And that's a
Yeah.
part of the matrix too, like you got to first realize that what is it? There is no spoon, or the spoon is not real.
The
Uh,
spoon is not real, but also what we're doing in that practice is to change the spoon. So you're actually sending energy to the spoon and you're
Melting
changing it with
it.
your thoughts, and then all
Yeah.
of a sudden you're bending it. So you're not letting it melt with your thoughts like Neo does, because I don't think humanity's quite ready for that, but we
Hmm.
will be.
Well, challenge accepted. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, melt it. Just melt it with
I'm
your
gonna
thoughts.
melt it. Yes, because I could actually do it, like a little piece of foil paper that I put on a needle that is inside of a old-fashioned eraser,
Uh,
and I can make it spin.
yeah,
Yes, like
yeah.
so. Yeah, I'm a
Telekinesis, I think that's called. Yeah.
yes, 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 yes.
Mhm.
But you give classes on the spoon bending, huh? Or
When
is
we
that
did it
over?
recently, we'll probably do it again
Okay,
because
because I
it
want to come into
empowers
that.
people. It
Okay.
empowers. Yeah. And I think that's really important to empower right now because you guys are so powerful. You are Neo. You woke up,
Yes. She's a
right?
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. You're
Yes.
awake. You're here. You're watching this show. You're wondering, like, you're looking for more definition.
Honey, I
You
love
are
this.
Neo. Yeah,
And if you're watching this show, if you're listening to our Honey Bunny and Uncle Freaky here, it's because you're not an NPC. Because some
right.
people, like, actually, could I be a hologram or NPC? If you question it, you are not. See, let's go back to your video you showed. If you were born 5 years ago, how old would you be? 12? That's an NPC. That's a hologram. If you're questioning, am I real or not? You're real, baby. Right, honey?
Yeah,
That makes sense,
absolutely.
yeah? Yeah.
If you would never be attracted to this if you were an
Never.
NPC. And think about like if somebody is in a room with a person that you believe is an NPC and they're watching something, it will be something that's kind of mindless. Okay. Unless they're a person that's getting ready to go.
Like a reality show, perhaps?
Yeah, a reality show, a soap
Yeah.
opera,
Yeah.
football.
I
No
can't
offense.
stand any of that. Oh my God,
Yeah,
no. No, no, no.
yeah. So those things are they're mindless, you know,
Like
unless
junk
you're
food.
fully engaged in watching the game unfold,
Mhm.
then, usually it's just something that the NPC is doing. So really love yourself through this process, realize that you're not one, realize that you're Neo, and don't be afraid of them or worried about them,
Yeah.
you know?
Because it's not demonic. It's
Mm-mm.
it's not that.
No, it's been how we learned.
Yeah. And they helped us to wake
Yeah,
up. thanks to them, Sika, oh, you glitch. Oh, you make no sense. Oh, you vanished. Why are you answering a different answer to my question? I asked you how you're doing, and you said Big Mac fries and a Coke. Like, it's a glitch. So they helped us go like, huh? What's
Yeah.
going on here? So they had their purpose too. So hate is negative. Hate is related to anxiety, and anxiety comes really, really rapidly. So it's the fight or flight thing, but that lowers your frequency. We are here to raise the roof, wake up. We are dragons, architects, Lyrians, librarians, Lemurians. We are like that 1% is actually a big percent, huh? The one that's and it's all of us. So do we have to keep looping and looping and looping about the simulation and NPCs? This is why we're doing this video on, guys, because it's actually our final hurrah. Honey and
Yeah.
we love all of you, but we're tired of trying to explain it. This is why we're doing a deep dive today. And it's not because we don't love you. We understand, like, everyone is starting to question at different times, but us, we are here to build, create. So if we keep going back to trying to explain, and we don't always have the perfect language for someone who's just waking up, because to us it's clear. Well, of course, it's a simulation. Like, but trying to translate it into words becomes difficult. That's why I loved Carrie Booby's like questions come like it's brilliant. So this is our final. We don't want to talk about it anymore. This is going to be a video that Honey is going to decide how it's going to work. Um, I know I'm tired of talking about it because I'm creating. So I don't want to keep going back and being stuck in traffic again. Did that make sense?
So makes
Okay.
sense. And that's how I feel too. I feel like we've talked about it a lot, but we haven't talked about it in such a concentrated way.
Yes.
So if you guys like bookmark this video, we will start putting this video in our descriptions
Yes.
so that you guys can find it easily. And just know you're not an NPC if you're asking questions about NPCs, but they're going to start fading soon.
Because the game is
And
over.
they're already fading. Yeah, the old game is over. So it's time to let them go. It's time to quit giving them so much attention because you've learned a lot. You've learned the lessons that they were here to teach you. So let's let them go ahead and go back to being pure consciousness. And also, it won't be so exhausting because you're supporting a lot of them with your own consciousness. So keep that in mind. But
And that's like an energy bleeding, huh? It's
yeah.
yes, 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 yes,
Mhm.
yes. It's almost like my jacuzzi outside. I was losing a lot of water and I couldn't figure it out. So I'd get like the big, like, well, I still have the big blue bottles of water and
Uh-huh.
I'd fill it up from the sink, seven, like big ones. And then the water would still go down. I had like, because of the winter and the deck, and the cold, the pipes moved. So it was leaking bloop, 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 bloop,
Oh yeah.
bloop, bloop. And I had to like, call my handyman James. He's amazing. And all he did was like with his muscles like boing. And then okay, it stops. But this is what we do, right? Like blip, 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 blip.
Yeah.
We bleed.
Yeah. And you don't want to bleed out your energy supporting something that you don't need anymore.
Come back
So,
within.
yeah.
Doesn't
Yep.
matter what that says. How does this dragon resonate?
Exactly.
Yay.
Exactly.
Should I go to the next question?
Yeah, let's do one more group of questions and then I
Okay,
feel
my
like
love.
we're good. Okay.
Okay. So, okay, that was good. So you want one group? Okay. Let's talk about walk-ins and walkouts. I think this
Okay.
is appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does someone begin to understand what that actually means? Walk in, walk out. What is the real difference between a walk in and a walk out? Do walk ins walk out? Okay. Do they look different? Do they act different? Do they know themselves that it's actually happening?
Sometimes. Sometimes they know, sometimes they don't. So let's say this is a human body.
Yes.
Okay. And this is a human soul, this little white one. And this is the big soul. Okay. So let's say this is an angelic. All right. So within the human body, you have these two souls. Okay. This
Yes.
one will stay always because the human is part of the whole scenario of a human body, a subconscious mind, a human brain. All of that has to do with the human. Now, let's say this is the angelic. They're like, okay, I'm going to go in, I'm going to guide this human through ascension, and I'm going
Yes.
to join with them in the body.
Mm.
If this angelic has done all of its work, and maybe a bigger angelic, or maybe something else, maybe a Pleiadian needs to come in next for what this human has contracted to do, then this being will leave and a different one will come in.
Crystal ball.
Okay. So I'll walk out and I'll walk in.
Yes, I love
Okay.
it.
And that's all it is. It's just a different kind of consciousness. So right now, people are retaining their memories if they're getting a walk in. In the past, it was more intense, but right now, during ascension, you're retaining everything.
I
So,
love it, honey. And there would be a few added deeper walk-in questions.
okay.
Would you be good for that?
Yeah, yeah.
Your time permits it? Yes?
Yeah, I got about 5
Okay.
more minutes.
Okay. Are walk-ins good? Could a walk-in ever be bad or harmful? Can someone have more than one walk-in, walk-out during a lifetime? Can walk-ins or walk-outs ever become an NPC, a hologram, or vice versa?
So, a walk in or a walkout could not become a hologram because they're a consciousness on their own. Now, could the inner child, the human part of you, decide, oh, I want to experience something hard, or maybe they're not willing to grow and they choose to bring in something like a shadow?
Mhm.
Yes, they can. That would be the human soul's choice. Ultimately, the human soul that's connected to the body has all the choices about ascension because that's who we're ascending is this human soul. That's who's ascending. Your big soul knows how to do it, has done it over and over. Humanity's been stuck here on Earth for a long time, and they were the ones getting stuck in the reincarnation wheel, which is gone now. So that is the walk in, walk out. Now, if they choose to let something more intense in because they need to learn something, they will. And it
I
won't
love
feel
it.
good. Yeah. Yeah. But
And I took one angel card because now the angels work with me, and my name is Richard. See what I did? Charlie's Angels. I got a 2. I got Jacqueline Smith and Farrah Fawcett. So what did I say about 2s? It becomes fiery. It's a fire element. And it's the number 32-5. So that would be like in a time where there would be like a conflict, right? Because fives are all a form of conflict. But this is the message: 2 terrific angels. So in regards to all this, right? C'est comme it's exactly what it is, right? Like with the walk-ins, walk-outs, it's a walk-in, walk-out. It was like programmed. They're not evil. They're called terrific angels. So she is grounded. She is heart. So heart coming emotions into the avatar. So when a walk-in and a walk-out happens, it's always been a handshake. It was done in the past. I don't see that they are demonic. If there ever was, that was possession. And I don't see the simulation with possession. We're over that. Come on now. Demons, oh my God. So boring. Bye-bye. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
afraid of that nonsense. Come on now.
No, a
Does
demon
that
is
make
just a
sense?
traumatized being. Yeah, that makes total
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're here to heal something as well.
Mhm.
If you're afraid of them, then they're gonna win
They're
whatever.
going to win because you're going to
Yeah.
create them into existing.
Mhm.
There is no hell. But there are people who depart and they feel in hell because they believe in it so much that they actually created it. But again, that's the looping, loop, loop, loop.
Yep. So
Neo
I,
said, wake up.
yeah,
Yeah.
and this is part of the awakening.
And it's sexy.
Mhm.
I
It
mean, when I
is.
say sexy, it's fun. Like, what is sexy? You get electric, fiery, you got tingles, you're alive.
Yeah.
That's sexy. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're lucky enough to be in this learning game at a time that has never happened before.
Because it's not
So,
going to have an ending. Like the architect video you showed, honey, like we're going to bring it down for the 6th time. Right.
no. Yeah.
No,
No.
no.
Beautiful. This was beautiful.
I loved
Uh,
it.
yeah. I hope that that really helped you guys. If you have questions, watch it again. I would
Because
say it
we're
will
done.
it will
We're done.
probably answer those questions. We are done. We will share it in all of our descriptions, and we hope that you guys share it if you have people that have a question about it.
Because we
Okay.
come with love, babies, and this is love. But we got to move on. We got to build right here, right?
Yeah,
We
it's
got to
time to build
create.
the new and let go.
And I
Yeah.
want to give a special, special thanks to you, my caribou bee of love,
Thank
for
you.
those questions. You were a great help, and we love you. And Golden Famille, never forget that without you, we don't exist. You are the rock stars. We love you.
You are Neo, and we do
Yes!
love you.
Oh, I
Yes.
love. Oh, that's powerful. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Okay. We love you guys.
yeah.
Bye.
Bye.